You have joined the Party Chat. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This is episode 3. We're on our 3rd episode. This is really, really cool.
I know.
We've got, there you go. I felt very cringe when I did that. I'm very sorry for that. But we've got our peeps today. We have Dwayne.
Hello. Arigato.
Oh my God.
A little clue about what the topic is going to be about. Just a little clue. We got Charlie.
What's up?
So much enthusiasm. And we got Jazz.
Right, let's go. You know me, I'm straight to the point. Let's go.
And we got Jazz.
Bang, bang, gang, gang.
Let me sip some water really quick.
That got me so awkward. After I do mine, y'all go sip the water.
Dwayne got the double cup over there. Me and Future were hanging out last. Let me stop.
So today we've got a few topics. We're going to cover a couple things that are happening this week. And then at the end, I want to kind of answer some voice messages that we received from you guys. And remember, if you're listening on Anchor, you can leave us voice messages and you can leave questions and we can, go. I mean, be wise with the questions you ask and don't ask about favorite ice cream.
Don't be inappropriate.
There's that.
Get to the question.
Or too basic. Don't be too basic.
Get to it.
Right.
Yep.
Oh yeah, don't take 20 years. Don't climb the mountains. Just get to it. But if you leave us voice messages, then you get a chance for us to listen to it. And that doesn't mean we will every single one. Please don't be like, you never listened to mine. Just give us time, okay?
Yeah.
But yes, today the first topic that we are going to get into is Paper Mario, okay? The second one, I want to talk about, we're going to talk about Ghost of Tsushima, and I want to talk about that at greater length. Paper Mario, I haven't played, okay? But we know that Charlie sent some messages in the group chat about how he felt about it. So I want to start with it. Let him go ahead and talk me through it. I remember
I didn't play it either.
Yeah, I didn't get to play it.
So do we cuss on this podcast?
No, you can. I mean, just don't call us names. But that's
all seriousness.
Okay.
Paper Mario is the reason why I didn't even buy Ghost of Tsushima. Like, it just beat me up. I'm sorry.
Oh, it made you that angry, so you're not going to buy it.
Because I was excited for Paper Mario to come out for this one. So I'm like, all right, maybe, because after Color Splash and what was the one before? I forgot.
The one on the GameCube.
It was like I think it was Wii or Wii U, but either way, go to one before that. It was like the battle system was so trash, and everyone in the comment section, even on Color Splash, it was one of those videos that was getting so many dislikes when they first announced it. So I'm like, good. Hopefully Nintendo will look and say maybe we need to stop using this trash battle system and go back to what people want, the good battle system, like an RPG. But it's like they're straying further and further away from it. It's a point now that you shouldn't even call this an RPG. The battle system on this one is worse. Color Splash, it was bad. The one before that was bad, but this one is just ass, legit bad.
When you go to every battle,
you gotta line enemies up to make a little puzzle.
Which I never
every
understood.
Freaking battle.
Okay.
You gotta line them up, make corrections and all this stuff, blah blah blah, and then you fight them. And even then, it's like the fighting is so easy. It was like I was done after the first 10 minutes. I was done. This is so horrible, and I was so mad because I love turn-based RPGs. So I was waiting on that game so much. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this and have fun. Then we play Ghost of Tsushima, but it was just I was done. I was like, I don't even want this game. I don't want to buy nothing else. I'm done.
Oh, really?
And that's surprising to me because I was super excited for Paper Mario to come out. Because I had tweeted it. It was a random tweet. I was like, I want Paper Mario to come back because it was such a great game. Then it was 2 weeks later, they said Paper Mario coming back July. I said, I was like, really? For really? I was like, this is what we need. And then I saw that it was origami. So I'm like, okay, that fits with the whole Paper Mario since it's paper. And so then I was so excited up until I saw that battle. Just like Charlie said, I saw that battlefield and I saw the little rings that you had to line up. And I was like,
it was
why?
Why
do I have to do this? Just let me hit them with the hammer like we used to. Just let me do it.
Yeah, I know, right? Let me use my moves and stuff.
Doing that, I don't want to do that. So I haven't touched it yet, but hopefully I do enjoy it. If I don't, then y'all will hear about it.
We'll know.
It's bad.
What about you, Dwayne? Did you play it?
No, I didn't play it. I didn't, and I didn't even play the first one, so I can't relate at all. That's why I'm just lying my head. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
like,
we're
yeah,
both on the same side.
Yeah, I never played it, but I'm gonna try it out and see how I like it.
Okay, I'm not gonna. I would like. I never played it before, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, it didn't really interest me. And then
it's not for
the trailer
everybody,
is nice.
though.
I'm not gonna lie, the trailer is nice. Like the Paper Mario trailers always look nice. I get that, but it's just once I saw that battle system, and I was like, ugh, and I still played it because like the first one was like the very first one on Nintendo 64 was amazing. When after that on GameCube, amazing.
The GameCube one
the
was
early
so
ones
fun.
are good, but it was just like it got to a point where it was just like, nah, this ain't
They
it.
shouldn't have changed the battle system. I think they should have just left it how it was with the good classics, and we would enjoy it in
And
the
that's
newer
the comments. Every time
but-
they release a trailer, those are the main comments why people are disliking it because of the battle system. It's like, are you not paying attention?
this
then
actually
think
kind of
about
goes.
it,
No, go
Wait,
ahead.
go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you think about it, like the people that played like the Nintendo 64 and GameCube versions, we were little back then.
Yep.
So like now, when you're coming out with this new Paper Mario, we're all adults now, so we're like, "Ooh, it's the new Paper Mario. We're gonna get back to like how we used to do." And then now it's a new thing because I'm pretty sure the new generation hasn't played the other one, so they don't know. And they're like, "Oh, well, this is cool."
Oh, they're missing
but
out.
for us, we're like, "No, this sucks." Like, we're like, "What is this?" like,
So
I
bad.
think
Like,
that was like a bummer. Like, if they brought in a whole new game, a whole new Mario game with that system, I don't think people would dislike it. But because it's Paper
I
Mario,
agree with that. Yep, I do agree with that.
and we all know that since back in the Nintendo 64 days to now, that's why nobody likes it. So I think that's it.
This does kind of
I
like.
think Sticker Stars when they started that new system. I think. But what'd you say?
I was gonna say this kind of. There was a voice message that we got about this, and I wanted to like do a whole episode about it. But the question was just kind of paraphrasing, was about what do you think the future of Nintendo is? And one of the things I've realized with Nintendo, especially as of late, is that everybody, they know, I think they rest on the comfort of knowing that no matter what, people are going to buy.
Yep, Mario's gonna hold that name. Yeah, Mario's gonna hold the name.
And so I feel like
Pokemon's gonna hold the
Pokemon
name.
too. And I think that's why there's a little less effort put into some of the new things that they're doing because they, have been a household name since the 80s, I'm guessing, right? The 80s?
Yeah,
A long
80s, early
time
90s,
before
a long
I
time.
was born.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you ain't gotta say that. I'm an 80s baby. Now you just made me feel mad old. Before I was born.
She'll pick up her cane and walk away. No, I'm playing. You ain't
Tired of these young kids. I gotta
But no, that is funny. You mentioned that though. I'm not gonna go off that topic too long, like you said, it's a different thing. But me and my friend, we had the topic that was my same. When we had that discussion, that was my same answer. I was like, I think they lean too heavy on like we good. Like we got Mario and Pokemon behind our name. Like no matter what we do, Nintendo.
And Zelda.
And I agree. I get to them. Nintendo's gonna be around because it's aimed towards kids, and they got those two behind. Like those two names behind you, you really, you're not gonna lose no fan base.
Yeah.
Like no.
And that's the thing with Zelda, because
because even me, I'm still gonna be here, even though I was mad at this Paper Mario.
But I'm still gonna I'm not gonna throw my system away. I'm still gonna buy, But I think not to go too deep into it, but one of the things that my husband has said repeatedly in the aspect of like when Xbox does a certain thing, they get, hit a certain way. When PlayStation does it, they get hit a certain way. Nintendo does the things that a lot of people complain about, and they're like, "Oh, we love it. It's it's the newest Pokemon. It's awesome." But it's like if PlayStation or Xbox did the same thing, like people would bash the heck out of their consoles.
Cancel season.
Yeah, cancel. No more PlayStation. So it's
all right.
It's a weird dynamic that they have.
That's because of the whole like console war thing. Like I feel like those comments like the PlayStation would be coming from the Xbox people, and the people that don't like what Xbox is doing is from the Sony people. Like and Nintendo is like kind of in a realm of itself. So it's like, Who is Nintendo really beefing with? Like they're not really beefing with anybody.
They just sit in the middle and watch it. Like
I agree. I feel like there's no one that is competing with Nintendo, but at the same time, Nintendo's not really competing with anybody. I agree. It's in its own league.
Do you guys remember the PSP?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yes.
I never had one. I always wanted one.
I loved it.
Oh yeah, I loved it too.
The Vita was really cool too.
I loved the hell out of it.
Yeah. So at one point, PlayStation was competing with Nintendo, but obviously they was like, the sales are okay. Assuming I had a PSP, I thought everybody and I knew had a PSP.
Everybody who had one was really cool. Everybody was cool.
You can play music on it. You can listen to music. You can play the game. Like it was good.
I had hella videos of mine. I had hella music on mine. And then when I modded it, and I bought that big old memory thing on the back of it, man, I have so many games on my
PSP was fire.
Just download all the games.
PSP was so fire, and
hella agree.
I'm guessing that PlayStation doesn't want to do that. Sony doesn't want to do that anymore. Because I would say that's the only person that was competing with Nintendo.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. And the thing with the Vita was super cool because you can use it as another controller with your PS4, I believe. Yeah, because my husband, he would use it, and like if we had like 4 controllers and it was like a 5-player game, he could join in and have everybody else use actual controllers. So like the Vita was super duper cool.
The only downfall to the Vita though, it was that you couldn't like buy your games physical. Like it was like only digital.
Oh, it was digital only? Oh wow.
Yeah,
I believe
you had the little disc. You had like a little tiny disc on the PSP, and you could just you could have your friends. Yeah, I found hella gangs. Yeah,
I think they did give up on it a little too early. But
because the numbers weren't that good, like even though people liked it, people who had it, like everyone I met who had it loved it.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone hated it
there for some reason.
Their consoles were doing like amazing, so it's just like, I spent all this money making this and put money in this, I could just make it, stick with what I know is good. So
true.
What other handheld company that's competing with Nintendo anymore? Nobody else.
Not really. The only thing I would say that's maybe close to it is like mobile games, but that's not like their own thing. It's like all different apps all together.
Right.
That's the only close one that I would think of.
So I would like to do an episode about Nintendo because I think that there's things that they are lazy, and I would list like their internet thing, the multi-chat, the voice chat thing. Animal Crossing, that was like a freaking every part of that
had to call each other. We had to call each other.
That's what my cousin did. We used to just FaceTime each other while we're playing. Like this is so much crap, dude. We were trying to type and it wasn't working, and we tried to chat.
And you're limited on how many characters you can put in there. Like Twitter has way more characters than that. I'm like, bruh.
We was like, forget this. Get on the phone.
Like they shouldn't even charge their online. Their online is boo.
Okay. We obviously we have lists. We gonna do that in a separate episode because I do want to make sure.
Negative list too.
We gonna get into it.
Because even with like games and bases of games, Animal Crossing, like I had some issues with that. Like they could have done better, but we're gonna talk about that another time. The other thing that going on to the next topic, because me and Dwayne didn't play Paper Mario. Jazz and Charlie shared how they felt, so you can let us know how you feel if you've played it or wanted to play it. How do you feel about it? I do think with something that you guys said, I do think that Nintendo needs to not do the Disney thing, where like Disney will like their Disney Plus system is mainly for kids. You sold to adults, but it's mainly for kids. You're forgetting that the people that were kids that watched your stuff grew up.
I know they grew up.
They are older now, and they are the ones paying for this, not the children. And they're coming, Mommy, can you please use my money to buy it? No. So Nintendo, I think, needs to do the same thing in regards to your audience is growing. You've been around for a long time. That battle system, as you guys were saying, they should make it more difficult, or at least give the option. Why are people stopping with options? Have easy option for kids. Have an adult option for adults if they want to play. If they want more of a challenge, don't force me to play this particular way because it's not really a challenge. That you guys are saying. So.
And you would think from all the dislikes on the last 2 release
that they would learn.
Trailers, you would do. All right, we got it.
I wonder how their sales. Does anybody know what their sales were?
I wonder if I can look it up.
I haven't heard anything recently. Usually,
I haven't heard anything recently about the Paper Mario sales.
Usually, if a game does release and it does really, really well, like you see it everywhere. I have not seen
Last of Us. I've seen them saying that they got a lot of sales the first week. Millions of copies.
I hope Paper Mario
when Animal Crossing came out.
I hope it just
Animal
failed
Crossing
so bad.
had a whole bunch of sales. Everybody was talking about it.
True. But you know what? In all fairness, it did come out yesterday, right? Paper Mario came out yesterday. So I guess we'll know maybe next week.
When they do the resales.
It fails so hard.
You said he hopes it fails.
Maybe they'll learn if their pockets were hit.
Yep. That's what I wanted to feel so bad when they just gotta let people go. Like good. Like freaking listen to people, clown.
You know what? And this I added to my. I'm gonna make a Nintendo list because I remember when we couldn't play Nintendo games. Remember that phase?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On YouTube.
When we couldn't play it on YouTube.
Man.
The green.
And then they slowly
Oh,
started
God.
to open it up, and like, well, you could if you submitted. Then they see like 2 cents. A video will be like at thousands of views. Like, here's your 2 cents.
So bad.
Like, man, get out of here, bro.
Me and
Charlie, bro.
How much did you get? I'll be like 3 cents. He'd be like, I got 7 cents. Like that's we going to Vegas on this.
I was mad because it was one of my Paper Mario videos. The last one, it was doing so good. I'm like, oh yeah, this one should get a good amount. Man, they sent me like 8 cents, bro. I was like, man, I'm so done with
That
that.
was crazy.
That was
so
Tell me about that one.
That is
They had like an ambassador program, right? Like you would have
it was like this because at first they made it so like you couldn't play them like
right. Only partners could play.
And then they slowly started to open up like, okay, you can if you submit this link to here, then we get all the revenue and you get a cut.
You get a cut, right?
You get a cut.
You got me messed up. I'm already doing that on YouTube. I'm already doing that at YouTube.
That's blasphemous.
Like,
right?
No, it was so
if you
bad.
had an MCN, I guess the other part of that, the MCN got cut out of that because I don't think they got a part of my 8 cents.
They said you're like, I need my cut from that 7 cents.
It would be messed up if they were like, hey, you know, how many cents did you get? Because they don't see that because it was copywritten on YouTube, and then you send it to Nintendo.
Wow.
When we make our Nintendo episode, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
So moving on to a game I'm really excited to like hear your insight about is Ghost of Tsushima. So everybody knows it came out Friday, July 17th. I was like, what date is today? Okay.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, 17th.
And my husband's been playing it. So I haven't seen the whole game. Like, so I watched some of your, like both of your, Jazzy, I watched some of your video. Dwayne, I watched some of your video. I didn't watch the whole thing because I'm not trying to see too much.
Spoil yourself. Yeah.
But I got, like, the opening, I have seen everybody's opening of the game. So I'm spoiled as to that much. And my husband, he's been playing. He was actually playing right before we started recording this. And I was in there watching him play. So I've seen some things. And I don't think that this story is going to be something that, like, Last of Us, or where it's like, I want to make sure I know nothing about, because normally I hate spoilers. The thing for me that makes me really excited to play this game, even though I haven't yet, is the experience. Because even, like, when he's, like, the scenery, like, I'll let you guys talk first, and then I'll talk about the things that I've seen from him playing. But I want to be. I'm like, I was saying to them, can we just go to Japan, please? Can we go to Japan?
Can we? Right?
Let's do this. They got low numbers of the Rona.
I already dressed for it.
You're ready. So, Dwayne, I'll let you take it off first, and you can talk about your experience, what you think of the game so far.
Right. Okay, so first of all, the developers and company that made it is Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is the same people that made Infamous series.
Yeah.
If you ever played Infamous, that is an amazing game.
Yeah.
My favorite one was, I didn't play the older ones, but I know Second Son was my favorite one.
Second one was super cool.
Yeah. And so they started off the PS4 generation. Next gen, and now they're finishing it off. So, like, I already know that they're great devs, and it was going to be good. When I first went into it, I was like, wow, it's like really vibrant. It's like the colors are popping, like, it looks good, and the as far as gameplay wise, it's smooth. Like, it's buttery.
It's so
like
crisp.
it is smooth.
Oh yeah, I think you made the statement. Oh, it's like you're walking on butter or something like that.
I was literally slicing like through butter. Like it was like I was like, man, I felt like an ice skater. That's how smooth and sliding it was. Like it was like, it wasn't a lot of clunky and stuff like that. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just smooth, and it looks good. And I can't wait to play more of it because I played like 40 minutes of it. I can't wait to play more of it. It just looks amazing. It looks amazing. It feels amazing. I think they did an excellent job with it. I can't wait to play it more. I know Jazz was playing some side missions.
Her video was like an hour and 48 minutes, and I was I'm only watching a little bit of it.
Question. I had a question. Before you go, Jazz, I just had a question because I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like to me like the typical hack and slash. Is it like Is it like a leveling system, like a leveling tree? Like, do you learn to lose?
Yeah,
They
have a skill tree.
That's all I wanted to know.
I got further in than Dwayne. I played for like 2 hours and edited it down to like a little bit. But they do have a skill tree. They have a skill tree, and it's like different. There's different styles. So there's a warrior style, which is like what the character, I guess, mainly wants to do. That's the honorable way. And then there's the ghost way, and that's more like assassin. Like you go and you try to be stealthy and assassinate people from the back, not facing them head on, and doing a lot of evasive things and things like that. So it's a whole bunch of stuff that you could do. And like you could, I was playing Free World because I went a little further. But on the side missions, you can get different samurai outfits, different samurai armor and everything. You could make it a different color and make it different like styles, and they have actual benefits to them. Like if you get this style, then it gives you more defense. If you get this style, it gives you more like evasiveness, or like it's a lot of stuff that you could do. And I played the side missions for about 3 hours after I did my 2 hour main story thing. So it's like there's a lot for you to do in that game. It's a whole bunch, and I was not bored whatsoever. Like I heard
it's like a 40-hour game, I believe.
It's well, the main story, they said it's roughly around 20 hours for the main story. But with you doing a side story, I'm pretty sure it would probably be like double that, maybe. But
it should be 40 hours.
But yeah, like as far as my gameplay is, I'm only doing like the main story. But the side missions, I'm doing it off recording, and it is amazing. Like you level up, you get different stuff to add to your skill tree. You get different maneuvers you could do and different combos that you can unlock to get people down faster. And it's awesome. It's you're catering to how you want to play the samurai. Basically, there's
I think
5 or 7 different ways you could play them, but like you just got to choose which one you want to do. So
I think the thing was making me kind of really holding me back from getting it. Because when I see like people playing it, like everyone's saying they're having a good time, but the game itself doesn't look really interesting that much to me. The reason why, because I don't know if you ever played like a game called Onimusha or whatever.
No.
Onimusha was like so amazing to me, and I get that vibe when I look at Ghost of Tsushima. I think of Onimusha, and I'm like, man, I want it to be just like that. But as I'm watching people play, I'm just saying the same thing. Like you go to enemy / dead / and it feel like,
oh no.
What about have you ever played this game? What's this game? Dynasty Warriors. And seriously, that's all you're doing all day / enemy, and that's all I keep getting.
It's not like that.
There's like a level of swag. There's a level of swag to this game that I've not seen this level of swag to a game. And I mean, I didn't play Sekiro, but even people who played Sekiro were drooling over this game.
Sekiro is that game destroyed me. Sekiro is hard, bro. It is an unforgiving game.
that is what it's built around, though. It was built to be like Bloodborne
it's ridiculous.
Dark Souls, stuff like that.
Yeah, which those games are. Bloodborne was hella unforgiving. I had to unforgive it and not play it.
Like Sekiro, I don't think it's isn't that. I don't think it's like that.
Ghost of Tsushima is not like your regular hack and slash, I would say.
Right, no, not at all.
Because those games, do bore me too. Like if it's just a hack and slash, it's the same thing, and I can predict what you're doing, then it's boring. But no, like they have like people like almost jump you. Like it'd be one of you versus like 12. And like, because I definitely did a few side missions, and they were all, it's like you gotta try to deflect against this person while this person is attacking you at the behind, and somebody's shooting an arrow at you, and then it's like you're trying to like dip and dodge, and you gotta roll and evade them, then come back, break their guard, and you gotta break somebody else's guard. It's a lot. Right. I died. And even the evasion is different. That's what I think, because watching him play, like if someone has a spear, you evade them differently than someone that has 2 swords. Like you can't do the same.
Oh, that's dope.
Like
you can't approach it the same.
There's you have to like that got like big heavy weapons, and you gotta evade them a certain way. It's difficult. It's not hard, but I would say it's not like your regular hack and slash.
Right. You have to. I think mind has to be used. Like you have to think of, okay, I see my enemies. How am I going to approach this? Like you can approach it any way, but if you have it on hard, you want to be very tactical with how you're approaching it, because like we were saying, like the way that people are approaching you is all different based on the weapon that they have, how many of them there are, where they're placed. The one thing that I love the standoff. I love the standoff.
Oh
That
yeah,
thing
the
is
standoff is
so cool.
Yeah, I saw a video that does look dope.
That
It's so
standoff
cool.
is
Standoff
like,
is so
oh.
fun.
Yeah, and like, and he does it
I think
every
I was
time.
watching Jazz video when she did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The standoff is lit. I ain't gonna lie.
I definitely
It's
died
too
on
fun.
one of
I
them
think I'm
because
gonna
I
have
did it
to
wrong.
play it and just like get the feel of it because right now, like when I'm watching stuff, nothing makes me want to jump up and go buy it. It's like,
I guess for me it's different when I'm watching because I saw some of Jazzy's, I saw some of Dwayne's, I saw some of Chase Money, I saw some of Afro Senju, a little bit of Corey. Like I didn't watch everybody's
I watched
full
Corey,
video, but just like
watched Jazz,
some of the
I watched-
intros were funny. Some people are dressed up.
Right.
Oh yeah. You
So it's-
showing out.
It's really cool to see everybody's like enthusiasm, but sitting sitting in the room is a different experience. Like when my husband's playing it and I'm sitting beside him playing it, I'm just drooling about it while he's excited and drooling about it. And I think when you put your hands on it, Charlie, I think you're gonna have a whole different experience versus watching it on YouTube.
Because even like because after watching the Waynes, I watched Jazz, I watched Corey. I was like, maybe it's just something I just need to get it.
Yeah.
Play it. But
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. It's just like it just doesn't. I keep picturing Onimusha was so lit. It's basically.
You can't go with
Resident Evil
expectations. Like don't compare it.
I know, but that's what's making it hard because it's like.
You know,
Onimusha is like it's the same thing. It's like all right, dudes got sword, but I'm killing these like dead samurais. But it's like I'm absorbing their souls, get like more powerful, like stuff to do all these crazy things.
There's so many layers
like
to this
more
game.
like too realistic games. Like don't excite me. That's why I didn't want to play Last of Us 2. I call them movie games. Like I don't want to play a game where I feel like I'm watching a movie.
Last of Us is kind of cinematic.
It's
I will say.
Yeah, very cinematic.
Yeah,
I agree
I
with
know,
you on that one.
and that's what thing about me. That's what I hate. I hate games that are too serious. Like the point to me, I think the point of a game is to take me out of reality, to let me do fake stuff I can't do in real life, to make me feel like I'm this superhero dude who just flying around, whatever. But when games are too serious, like how saying how you explain, which made sense. Like you got to dodge it for people different, like depending on if I'm holding a spear or arrow, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it was like too realistic. It's like it's like a movie, like that's boring. Like I know I want you to swing at me and I disappear and I'm in the air and I'm dropping down and saying, my knife is in your head and I'm absorbing your soul. Now I got your arm
That's
and it's
a
like now
different
running around
game,
killing.
though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that's stuff that excites me. Like
I think
I call them movie games. Like movie games is like.
But the thing is, okay, so like if you're in a movie, I love cinematic games, mind you. I think cinematic games I love being in a movie. I love movies, so being a part of the movie is like next level. But I will say, Last of Us, right? I think out of the two possibilities that could happen in your life, Last of Us is way more likely than Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think there will ever be a time where you will be back then in that time of Japan as a samurai. But Last of Us, zombie apocalypse, that could happen, as a possibility. That could happen.
I think that's why I like Ghost of Tsushima, because like I know I will never be able to do all the stuff that's in that game. I'm not going to be able to jump on top of roofs and come down and assassinate people and do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, so that's why I like the game. Last of Us, I can picture myself dogging some of them runners. I really can.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I put Paper Mario first when he was coming out. I was like,
think you made a mistake.
First. But tell me about it. The reason why I had that one first though, because it was more of not realistic. It's more of a video game. Yeah. I'm getting a video game at this point. But then when I saw this, I was like even though I went to Rad Brad video because his was just like a video of everything, like because he always do Let's Plays, and I was like fast forward, like trying to see. It was like, man, same thing. Is like he's either just slice enemy riding a horse. It's like I'm not.
Well, see, I'm gonna hit them with a different argument. I'm gonna hit them with a different argument. So a lot of people were saying that like every time that we get like a swordsman like video game or like a video game that's based in Japan, there's always something mystical about them. They're always doing something with
Tenchu?
like
You got Tenchu. Tenchu was kind of like this.
Yeah, but I mean, most of them, what's the like?
Most of them are mystical.
Most of them are like you're mystical. You're a powerful swordsman. You have fire coming out your blade out of nowhere, and people were like, "Why are y'all always doing mystical stuff? Can we get something based in reality?" I know it's fun, but they're like, "Can you get something that's more based in reality?" Because other people were saying like, "Come on, like come on, like all of our swordsmen are gonna have to be damn like gods, damn near gods." They say that's what people were complaining about was that there's too many games out there there.
but it's a video game. It's
No, but the
they can
thing
be
is-
video
it's
games
supposed
based
to
in
be
reality. They can be
I'm
video
gonna
games
listen.
based in
I mean,
reality.
they can,
I'm gonna
but at
Pokemon
that point,
snap
just make
you.
a movie.
Pokemon
Just give me a
snap. I'm
movie
putting
at that point.
card on the table. Pokemon snap. Okay. Like I was
Thank
re-listening
you.
to our podcast, right, about you talking about. Listen, on paper, if I explain it, it's not gonna make sense. You're not gonna be like, you're not gonna be interested. But if you try it,
bro.
if you try it, okay.
Don't you hit me with my own stuff, okay?
No, use his
You
words.
don't work that way.
You
all
just
right?
work
You're gonna be like,
I played
Yeah.
my reverse card.
The swag, no, it's the swag on this game is next level. So like, kind of digging into like the layers of this, because there's a lot of layers to this game. I would say to kind of get to your like quote unquote to the mystical part, because Japan is very spiritual, right? They have their shrines, they have their
they have those in the game as well.
They have, what you said?
who?
They have shrines, like there's shrines
okay.
that you honor, and then you go to it and you get something else, and like
Right.
it's cool.
There's so many
Like,
layers.
don't get
And
me wrong,
then
I'm not
one
saying the
thing,
game looks bad. It's just it doesn't look like it's exciting. It doesn't like it's grabbing me to say, hey, let's go get this game. But
For me,
it looks cool.
you have to try it. You definitely. I'm gonna get Pokemon Snap. You gonna play Ghost of Tsushima. That's the cards on the table. On the table. Now I will say this: like going through the many,
you get dragons.
the many layers of it is that like the lore. Okay, first off, I love the aspect of something that's not a spoiler because they showed it in their state of play about how the wind guides you and how certain
Love
areas
it.
are by birds. Well, when, obviously y'all know his parents are not around anymore. Not a spoiler. Not a spoiler.
Not a
Not a
And
spoiler.
when you do
I
have
didn't know
the clip, well, his parents.
Well, spoiler.
Spoiler.
Spoiler, his parents. I mean, when you start the game, he ain't with his parents, so you know his parents
All
are
right.
not alive. But when they show that little flashback clip, and you're following this older lady that's walking you through like the palace, I guess your home. I guess after your father passed, and she says how your father is the wind and your mother are the birds. Like that was their like spirit animal. So to like, or
Yeah.
not animal, but spirit.
There's I know what you mean. Like,
Representation,
basically,
I guess you
live
could say.
through, like his father lived.
Yeah.
He lives through
Right.
the wind. His mom
So
lived through
as
the
you're
birds.
playing, when the wind is guiding you, every time I'm like, that's his father guiding him. And when you see the birds like guiding you
Yeah.
to a place, I'm like, that's his mother guide. There's just such a beauty and a
Yes.
spirit. Like I feel like I'm becoming one. That sounds very like over dramatic to say, but at
Like
the
he's just falling in love with him.
Yeah, it's like I'm
become the
doing
wind.
yoga. I am in love. I am what I am centered. No, but there's so many layers to it. Like some people, I've heard people talk about the story, and they said that the story is not absolutely like mind blowing or whatever. But for me, the story is like the lowest on the greatness of this game. Like before you get to story, the visuals of this game are just like
the different modes they have.
A movie.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So I
That
know
too.
both of you guys, I think, played you pronounce it, it, not me.
Japanese.
It had a certain name, Kurosawa or something like that.
Kurosawa
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
Mode.
Right, where
And that was when it was black and white, and it was supposed to be like a representation of like the old samurai kung fu
The movies.
films that were in
That's
black
dope.
movies, black and white. And they had the other modes like samurai mode, where you just regular color, and then you could also play it in Japanese with subtitles.
Yeah, we chose Japanese because we like anime.
Yeah, I would keep
So-
mine in Japanese. Yeah, I would keep mine in
But you
Japanese.
could have
Yeah.
with
English.
subtitles.
You could
But
have
the
English.
thing with
and
the
that's pretty
Japanese
cool.
though is that the syncing is off because for the characters they're mouthing it in English.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
the
And that's
Japanese
what I was
sub
like.
is making it look a little weird. But to me, that's reminding me of like the old like films, the little action films they used to
dubbing,
have.
yeah, the dubbing was off, and they'd
where
be like,
it would
"Ah,
be
you just
a
talked
little
about family."
off. And it was
And they
still
dubbed it.
good. So that's why I'm like, this doesn't bother me. This doesn't bother me at all. So
But
I'm
I would
like,
say
whatever.
this is definitely a lot closer because he started that way. He started with Japanese audio, but English subtitles, and I noticed that the mouthing was a little bit off. But it's like I feel like for us as YouTubers editing our own audio, we noticed it's just slightly off versus
Yeah.
So it'll
those
hit
movies
like,
back
whoa.
then where they stopped
Oh,
talking
it
and the
was-
mouths
Oh
were
yeah,
still
it was bad.
It's like
I know I synced this up, right?
Right. And it was like, hey, bro, it is what it is.
Let's
Man.
move it over a little bit. But like I love hearing the Japanese voices were just like I love the strength of like deep Japanese voices because there's layers. You got high pitch, you got deep.
Do you remember?
I love.
Do you remember the beginning part when he was like samurai and it just echoed?
Yes,
I was like,
yes. He was like, you don't need a microphone, sir. You don't need a microphone because you can hear it through the mountains.
Yeah, I was like, dang.
It was pretty cool, and like I am surprised by that character, the one that plays the Mongol, because he was the coach in Glee. That's the same actor. He was a coach on the show Glee. And so when I saw him, I was like, oh, that's the coach from Glee. Look at you. Oh, cool. What'd you call him? He's the king of Thick Village? Is that what?
Yeah. Oh, he was Megan. Boy, I really inspired him. Boy, and you know what? That's my only thing about it is that Charlie, this is a spoiler. I hope you
don't spoil
it.
Okay,
I'm not gonna spoil it. It's just when you fight that you get put in the cutscene and you're like, oh, okay, wow.
But that's the thing though. The game is so smooth you don't even know you're in a cutscene. There was like there was like at least 3 or 4 times where I'm fighting and I don't know that I'm not in the fight anymore. Like I'm now in the cutscene. Like I was just like, oh, all right, that's supposed to happen. All right, cool.
Right, because it happened to a bunch of people when there's some fights you win, some fights you lose, right? Mm-hmm. And when some fights happen, you're like, oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to win.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I was like, oh. Wait, dang, that was
smooth. For you, Dwayne, you're like, was I supposed to? No, I don't think I was supposed to lose that one. Then you're like, oh, no, I was supposed to lose that one.
I was like, yeah, different. What's going on?
But I would say, like, I love the, okay, so we talked about, like, the different ways that you can play it. And there's easy, normal, and hard, or medium and hard, excuse me.
Medium, easy, medium, hard.
Easy is hella easy. Like, because he's like, he wanted to start it easy to just explain.
Easy. That's for beginners. Come on.
So I coaxed him to do hard.
I may go normal. Like, nah, I might go hard.
When you start it hard, it's not impossible, but it does grow to be more difficult, like what Jazzy was saying with all the groups of men that come, and then you have the different types of evading that you have to do, and parrying and blocking, and who you can block and what you cannot block. So there's like a lot of layers. He died a bunch of times, and I know I will also die like a bunch. I know I will die
as well.
A lot of times. But the other thing is like the actual scenery of the game. So there's like a lot of different visual, because you know, like some games, like if it's a Western game like Red Dead, it's all just forests and mountains. You might get a lake. You might get a railroad and a town. But for this, it's like landscape and natural, like the plants and the scenery are drastically different in color.
It's like it's alive. It's like when you're running, when you're going with your horse, it's like, okay, it's like you're alive, and it's like it's actually like
it's
more realistic. Yeah,
this game is spiritual,
like a movie.
It's like a spirituality exploration journey.
But like that's what I was gonna say, that I think that Ghost of Tsushima is what I expected out of Red Dead, because when I played Red Dead, I was bored for the first few hours, and I didn't play it ever again because I was like, this is not fun to me. Like everybody's saying that it's so great, it looks beautiful and everything. Yeah, that's cool and all, but like when majority of the game and you have to get somewhere on a horse, just like Ghost of Tsushima, on a horse in Red Dead, I felt bored out of my mind. All I'm doing is just trotting along.
Was cool though.
Yeah, it was just trotting along for just hours. I get on Ghost of Tsushima, I got my own horse, and I feel like I am in it. Like I'm in it with my horse. I name my horse, and like we are good. And it's a different experience to me. Like I don't think that Red Dead accomplished what I thought it was gonna do, but Ghost of Tsushima did.
Definitely does for visual, like the visual, like because also like with the wind, like you were saying, Dwayne, like it feels alive. You've got the wind, and then there's like the leaves there's forefront and background leaves. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, like when you're riding through like the grassy areas, you'll see like the grass in the background, but there seems to be like a forefront amount of leaves that are kind of just blowing in the wind with you, and that could be part of the father spirituality thing, but it definitely adds to like the dimension, and it making it seem a little less 2D, well 3D, but like TV, you feel more like a part of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
Makes it feel
surrounding
more
you.
like a movie game.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like more like a Pokemon Snap. That's what it feels like.
I was trying to help you.
Okay.
It feels more like a movie game.
But yeah, like,
it's like different. I wouldn't say it's like a movie game. Like a movie game is Last of Us, but Last of Us is
Yeah.
more
Last of
story
Us.
driven.
Way more story driven.
You're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna find. I don't know. Well, I must have a review after I'm done with the game. Like, you know, my thoughts on it. But like Last of Us 2 is definitely story driven. Like it's meant to be story driven.
right.
And Ghost of Tsushima is more like I want. You know, they gave us a camera mode. They like want you to use because they like we made this beautiful.
I don't mind story driven. Like I'm an RPG guy. Everything I do is story based. But my thing about that, like when I say movie game, I'm not referring to like a story. I'm just saying like it when I play those games, it feel like I'm not playing. I'm watching a movie.
Well, I would say this is
Okay,
not like that. I would say that this is not like that because
Yeah.
even though it's very beautiful, like it's not like The Walking Dead or Last of Us, where Last of Us, because I didn't play the second one, but with the first one, you have a mission where you got to stealth through these zombies, and then it's just just watching a lot of stuff happen. In this, the story is the smallest part of this huge cake that they're giving you. Like, you can do side missions where you're learning other things about what's happening during this invasion, which is not a spoiler. It's said in the trailer, it's a Mongol invasion. So like, it like you,
Oh, I didn't know that.
well, no, Charlie, get your life together. Get your life together. No, but like, there's so many. Like, the story is the smallest piece of this cake. It's not a movie game, although it is a cinematic visual experience. But you're not playing a movie. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you're Charlie. Are you getting it? Charlie.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. So it basically this game came out in theaters yesterday. Basically, what you're saying.
You know when it came out? You know what you have to do?
I get it.
When you're riding the horse, you gotta see the bird and you gotta throw an apple at the bird to make the bird fly away, and then you take a picture of the bird.
What?
Okay.
But is it gonna be a Zapdos bird?
No, see, you can't be using words I don't know. I know Pikachu. It's a Pikachu bird. Okay, it's a yellow bird.
I'll take that too. I'll take any Pokemon.
Throw it at it. But Charlie, you should definitely play this game. I think we've convinced you.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go to actually AMC theaters tomorrow.
Oh my god,
they close. Go to their streaming services.
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play.
Close. I don't know
Go to the streaming service. Don't go to the theater. They close. They gonna be like, sir, we're not here.
I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be funny because I'm gonna love it.
Right. I'm gonna be in your comments.
Watch when he play it.
Yo, this shit.
Watch when he like, hey, you know I could be there. Oh man.
Because there's so many other things that you could do in this game. Like you can do haikus, which I heard when they said you could do haikus. I was like, what does that mean? But I saw my husband do one, and I was like,
like a poem.
No,
yeah, so what you do is like you're sitting. It's like a way to because I think it also helps your health or something like that. Like everything
when
you
go
do.
to the hot springs. When you go to the hot springs, you get.
I didn't know. I didn't even know you could. Y'all gotta stop spoiling me because I ain't.
I will say
spoiling the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet.
One spoiler I am gonna say. Okay, for this. Actually, I don't want to ruin it for Dwayne if you haven't gone to the hot springs because my husband went.
I have it.
And there's a visual, beautiful thing for some women out there. And
Christine,
men.
tell me.
I know what Christina's talking about.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna
say it. I'm not saying it.
There are
He's naked or something.
I'm not
gonna spell it. I'm not gonna say anything. But with the haikus, it's like everything you do in this game, you get something from it. So with the haikus, I think it's like somewhat meditative, and you're sitting there, and you have options. You know. So I won't go too much into it because I don't want to spoil the experience. Like I said, the story I feel is less important than the experience in this game. But I don't want to spoil too much. But you can do haikus. You can like do things to get things when you go to like some of these side missions. Like one cool thing that I'll share is that you have this like. It's like a mini game where you have to chop through the bamboo. Have you done that yet, Jazzy?
I have.
Oh yeah, I didn't like they actually do in real life.
Each time you could chop bamboo in real life.
No, I said like they do in real life. Like how they be chopping through the bamboo.
Right, he's trying to get more to his point. He's showing you like this is realistic.
Each time you do it, it's like it gets harder. Because at first I was like, okay, this is kind of lame. I was like, oh, there's one lame thing of this game, but no, it gets harder because each time you do it, they add on a bamboo, and you have to basically. remember the sequence and then try to hit it in fast enough to chop it so it's not too much of a spoiler of like the experience. It's actually preparing you just a little bit for it.
Yeah,
it can.
Man, I wish y'all play Onimusha.
Take 20 years. Every time you say Onimusha, you know what I think of? Oniguru from Inuyasha.
I don't even know what that is.
I keep thinking of Mushu from Milan. That's what I keep
I want to
thinking.
get some type of comparison from the two.
To see?
If there's any.
Oh yeah. You should play it, and you should let us know.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Like, hey, this is like the Oniguru game that I told you about. That's what you should, or not like it. And I love it so much more because you guys were right. It's fantastic, better than Pokemon Snap. I mean,
probably gonna say all that.
Those exact words don't need to come out, but generally around that. Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen when I buy it. I'm gonna play it, even if it's good or bad. The next day I'm gonna be on Overwatch. I keep telling myself
definitely gonna be Overwatch.
Bro, why are you playing like it's not gonna be same day? You gonna put it down and then back out and go to Overwatch.
Even OG said, remember when I was getting new game, he's like, Charlie, I don't know why, you're just gonna be on Overwatch.
You're
like everybody on Twitter that's on my PS like friends, they always know that's all I play. But it's like crack. Like I keep telling myself like I have to break it because I'll buy a new game and I will love the new game, but the next day I'll be on Overwatch. Like God,
next day, same day, bro. Same day. I remember there was some game that we were all
that's
like,
what they do. They put crack in the game.
A long time ago, I remember it was me, Charlie. We had some other friends that were, I guess, our YouTube peers at the time, right?
Yeah.
And a new game had come out. I can't remember what game it was, but this is way after Overwatch came out. And we're all like, we're going to buy this game. We're going to play this game. And we're all playing, and each of us noticed that Charlie is on Overwatch. So it's like, it's not even like next day. It's like same day. Everybody's playing this game. Charlie's name, hey, Charlie, Overwatch. That's what it said. I was like, this man is cracked out.
I cannot turn that damn game off. It's like I'm stuck in it, bro. Like I'm legit stuck in that game.
Overwatch is fun. Like
it is fun.
We got back into
I wish I could join in every time that you guys are playing.
What's funny though, real quick. When we got off the game yesterday, I could not stop cracking up because when Jazz like, get the fuck off of me.
Oh yeah, man, she's playing
you just see yesterday.
Oh my god,
jumper.
Just say I'll get jumped.
And all you hear is Jazz
really?
Get the fuck off.
Long story short, whole team died. I'm there, left on a point by myself. And then it was like 4 of them. It was Sig. It was like 3 other people. They came around the corner. I said, all right, they're going to jump me. So I went behind the corner. I transformed into my little robot. Started busting them. I was like, get off me. Get off me. Get off me.
No, she was not saying that. She was like,
and I lived. They all died too.
Yeah, they all died.
It was like you can hear their voice, like you can hear like in their voice, like she had it. Like I had it.
Try to get jumped in that game. You're not getting
she was hollering.
That definitely showed that plays the game, so everyone can witness it.
And it was playing the game.
Everybody can see it.
So everybody can see it. See what I went through. And I
I'd have had it with this.
That's so funny. So really quick,
I could not stop cracking up yesterday. Oh my god!
Really quick, we'll do like a Ubisoft kind of like very quick roundup on Ubisoft. So they had their forward this week, the same week, earlier this week, Sunday of the week that we were recording this, and. Like I've never been like a huge like, oh my goodness, Ubisoft's the greatest,
Same.
It's not like it's been an amazing thing, but I like there were some games that I was like, oh, you know what, I'm actually interested in playing some of these games and checking them out and kind of figuring them out. Now when I watched this forward twice, the first time I missed the first 15 minutes, and I think that they were not really that important unless you're like about Rainbow Six, and there was like a couple indie games that they had right before they got to like the meat, So I don't know if you guys want to talk about those games or you just want to go to the meat. Okay.
Wait.
Hold on. I don't know those games.
I got y'all. Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs Legion.
Okay, yes.
No, Rayman.
Yes.
Only thing I like from Ubisoft is Rayman.
Rayman. Okay, they got Far Cry, the new Far Cry about to come out.
The new Far Cry, look, that's the meat.
I like the trailer. I like the trailer.
The new Far Cry looks so. I love Giancarlo Esposito. I love that actor. Okay.
Question though, why does he always play a villain?
Always plays a villain.
He always plays an evil dude. Everywhere I see him,
Star
he's
Wars.
evil. All the time.
Yeah.
He was quick. Did they show anything about Beyond Good and Evil 2?
No.
Okay.
No.
First, okay, 2 games I like from him. That's it. All right, y'all can finish this crap talk.
We're free to continue.
Watch Dogs Legion isn't crap. Watch Dogs Legion looks good. Actually, I'm gonna get that game.
Okay, so with that, because it was like a cinematic, that was like just a cinematic, not even trailer, it was just like a cinematic piece that
it wasn't
a creator that did Into the Spider-Verse made that for them.
Oh,
He's a fan
no wonder
of
it looks so good.
Yeah,
okay.
I was like, because me and my husband, we were like watching it, and I don't know if you guys ever watch. I think it's called Sex, Love, and Robots on Netflix.
No,
I watched it. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out.
You
I've
should.
seen
There's
it, but
an episode. I forgot what it's. I think it's called Loop or Time Loop or something. And Charlie, I don't know. Did you see the whole thing, Charlie? The girl saw the guy.
Yeah, I saw that episode.
The same person that made that episode with the girl that sees the guy. He made this trailer, the cinematic trailer. Because as we're watching, we're like, the style seems familiar. We're like, where is it coming from? And at the time, we didn't know who made it. And my husband was like, I think this person kind of stole from the End of the Spider-Verse a little bit. And then when we researched, we're like, oh, he also made it Into the Spider-Verse. So this is just his style.
He stole it before you like his style.
I think he stole it.
Took his style like that.
You know, we ready.
Right?
But no, I think the trailer was a great art piece to look at. But I'm not really, like I said, that whole super punk vibe. I'm not really. It's kind of. It takes me out a little bit. I'll be honest. It takes me out. I'm interested to see like more gameplay and see what the game might be about. The trailer was great to see, but when I was watching, I was like, this doesn't really sell me on wanting to play this game.
It seems fun, and I'm gonna make like it seems like how like Cyberpunk, even though Cyberpunk is more centralized on one character. Watch Dogs Legion seems like in that same like punk vibe because you could like choose whichever person that you see, which is very like in depth.
Yeah,
and then you could use them to like fight the resistance. So basically, it's set in London, and London is taken over by this. You know how it goes. This company that's supposed to keep the peace.
Power.
Right, a private company is supposed to keep the peace, and they got like enforcers, and you want to like get them out of there. So now, like, but the thing is that you could play as different characters. Like, so you could play. There's this one scene you can play as a grandma, and she has her own different skills that you could use. And I think that like stuff like that is like pretty different and cool for me. That's why I said I'm gonna get it. Like playing as a grandma, killing people as a grandma.
Yeah, Cyberpunk's gonna be hella
cool.
good.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the Watch Dogs, but Cyberpunk's gonna be hella good.
They're kind of in the same round. That's what I'm saying. Like as far as the in-depth, they're kind of more like Cyberpunk is way more in depth, and it's also made by The Witcher 3. But like devs, but like I like Watch Dogs because it's in depth too, and it got its own.
Watch Dogs always get a GTA vibe, like always get a futuristic GTA vibe for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. Like, I'm not completely turned off, but I'm interested to see more gameplay and see the dynamic of the game. Because when the first one came out, I never played it, but I wanted to. I just, time.
People were saying that the first one was boo boo, and then the second one was way better.
I was gonna say I saw the gameplay for the first one and second one. People were asking me to play it on my channel, but then when I was looking at it, I was like, I'm not really interested in this. And then when I decided I really wasn't gonna play it, I looked at the gameplay. I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't play it because I was gonna be bored looking at it. I was like, this looks boring. But then when I saw Watch Dogs Legion, I was like, okay, this looks better than the ones that I saw before. Like the ones I saw before, it wasn't that interesting to me. But this one, I'm like, I'll give this one a try. And Cyberpunk, I'm definitely playing that. Like that's going to be amazing.
For sure. So then the other thing with Far Cry, I've never played a Far Cry game ever.
Neither have I.
And I've wanted to because that was
I've watched a lot of people play them.
Yeah, that's the same. I watched I didn't see a lot of the last one. You see a little clip of Dashi playing it every now and again. But the first one that I saw, like back when I was starting my channel, was the one where they're in India, and like I saw like Dashi fighting a bear or something like that in India, and I was like, this game looks so much fun. Like I would love to play this. So I never, but it never happened. It just never happened in my life. But
they were saying that Far Cry 3 is the one you should play. They said that's a really good one, and I think this is like a prequel to that or something like that. I never played some of the Far Cries. I think I played one of them. I can't remember which one, and it was pretty fun for me. So yeah.
This one I definitely want to play. I'm interested. I think that trailer was just like I was telling my husband. I feel like it was like their version of a James Bond trailer because even with the music and like everything was transitioning from like blood to smoke to guns to the car to blood. Like it just kept cycling through these transitions. And I was like, this is very James Bond, like opening sequence when Adele is singing her song, or Sam Smith or whoever.
And it looked really good. Like, even though I want to see gameplay, of course, because gameplay is what really matter.
That's
but
what
as
I
far as
really care
like a cinematic trailer goes that shows the story, it hooked me. It was very good.
The only thing that kind of bothers me is that you're not playing as like, I thought maybe you would play as the boy, but you're not even playing as the boy. They said you're playing as like a rebel faction on this island. So
what?
I'm like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
So I'm like, I want to play as the boy because I want to hear all this crazy ish that Giancarlo is going to be saying. Because that trailer was absolute, like, that's the epitome of a dictator. He's like, you have to, what do you say? Like the island is like of two components, your people and you have to hold on to them tight. And I was like, yeah, he's crazy. Using this grenade as his,
He killed the grenade in this boy's head. I'm like,
the pin. Yeah, I was like, bruh.
I was like, man.
And when he tripped on the roof, I was like, oh my goodness, don't die.
Is he right? I mean, I was like, man.
See,
that's
now I feel
good.
kind of gypped now because I didn't even know that we weren't playing as that boy.
Yeah, I think in the video.
Just wait till the gameplay come out to make your final verdict because we got.
Right.
That's what I want to see. That's why I always.
But see,
that's why I want to look for the.
That's why I want to look for the gameplay because I want to see what I'm actually doing instead of seeing all this beautiful cinematic stuff. What am I gonna do once I touch the game? That's what I want to do.
I like. Say that again.
What am I?
For people back.
What am I gonna do?
Yes. Get this movie game out of here.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I just want to see the gameplay.
Yeah.
Such a hater. But yeah, I'm trying to look up to see the exact thing that they were saying. But I remember in the video they were saying that you play a rebel faction on this island, and I wish you were playing the Sun because I want to be a part of Giancarlo's whole.
No, yet. You might be.
That's true.
I say wait, y'all.
That's true.
Wait before you make
I've never played a Far Cry, so I don't know if you do. Do you jump from character to character, or you just play the same person?
I don't know how they're
no
gonna do it. That's why I'm waiting for gameplay. I need to see. I always, you know me, I'm always gameplay because I feel like Ubisoft got in trouble one time because they said that the Watch Dogs trailer wasn't the same way as the game was, and so
that's how they trick people. That's how they get you into wanting their game, and then you get the game, and then to be like, oh, this is boo boo.
That's what my husband said is normally what happens with Ubisoft. Like you don't get an in-game trailer. You don't get to see in-game. You'll see in-engine, which I see. That's something I learned. Like when you see an in-engine trailer, just means they might have used the engine, but that doesn't mean the game's gonna look like this.
Yeah,
and they did that with Division twice, where they were like, oh, this is But with
all right, Ubisoft.
No, with Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So when I texted you guys about like, hey, did you guys see State of Play? Or not State of Play, Forward, Ubisoft Forward. I want to play the Valhalla thing, and at the time I was excited to play it because I like the aspect of making your own settlement. Like that's. I love that. I'm a sucker for that for games. I do hope that the levels of customization are greater. I hope it's not just, everything has its finite spot and, you can get this if you level up, which isn't horrible when games do that. But I would like that I could choose, okay, here will be my, clinic, if that's what I have, or here will be where my home will be, here will be where other homes can be, something where you can kind of customize your settlement to some degree, or if it's just generic, like, okay, I fought some battles, now there's a new building, and that's just where the building's going to be, and that's just what the building's going to do. I do want to know more about that. I talked to someone who did get hands-on, and they didn't even get to, in their experience, they didn't even get to that. So I am interested to know about that. I do think that some of the combat looks cool, but from some of the videos I've seen of people who have had the 3-hour experience, and then afterwards are talking, I have not played any Assassin's Creed game, but all of them have said if they've played another one, they're like, oh, this is just like that other one, and they don't say it enthusiastically. So that's the part where it's not like
change,
right? Because I'm like, it seems like it would be kind of like a little bit like a nicer version of what Charlie said about Paper Mario. It doesn't seem like it's like, oh, it's just like that last one, but it's so much fun, blah, blah, blah. It was more like, yeah, I mean, if you played this one, it's just like that one. So they seemed very unenthused about it.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me a little like, because I mean, I saw a mini Mjolnir. Somebody had like the little hammer the Thor hammer. You got the axes. I like that you can play as a man or a woman.
I like that too.
Yeah, because I'm like, I would want to play as a woman because I watched some of the videos. Too. The man voice is very like light. He needs to have some gusto. You know, you're a Viking. Really? Like, his voice is light. Oh, it's hella light. So I'm like, I'd rather. I think the woman's voice might have more like girth to it, and that's what I think would be better as an experience. But I don't know. I guess we'll see when.
Yeah, more we gotta see when it's actually like when they're ready and done.
To see if it's something that's worth buying and playing. But when people seem unenthusiastic about it, like, oh yeah, it's just like this other one, then I'm like, oh, okay.
That's not looks cool. A good sign. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good sign. Hyperscape. Did you guys see the Hyperscape one?
Oh yeah,
I want to play that one. I want to play that one.
I'm interested because like Fortnite didn't really have a story for Battle Royale. It had like an essence, an evolution, if you would, about like how the world was and reasons why it changed. But this one seems to have a story.
It did have a story. It did have a story.
It just looks cool to me.
It looks cool to me. I just gotta try it out.
I'm like, all right, let's get into it.
I'm interested to see how a Battle Royale with the story is gonna play. You know, that's where I'm like, it seemed very. What was that movie? Yeah. What's that movie where they're like in the 80s and they have to put they're in the future and they put the
Ready
gaming.
Player One?
Yes.
There you go.
That's the vibe I get from this.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it out. It looks. I seen a little bit of gameplay and I didn't. I was like, I got to go to tutorial mode because this game looks intricate. Right. It looks intricate. Yeah. It was hacking and doing all type of stuff. I was like, okay, definitely got to look at the tutorial with this one.
This one, I did get Overwatch vibes a little bit when they're like, you got to hack and then you get like power ups that you can use as well. So it's like, it's like ults in Overwatch, possibly, if it's something you get from damage you give or it's something you just pick up. And then they did have different classes and stuff like that, too.
Yeah, and I'm happy that these games are free. But, I'm happy that they are free and then they're like cosmetics or you have to pay for them. So I do thank you, Fortnite, Epic Games, for starting this wave of free games that you initially get. I really enjoyed that stuff like that to try it out.
I think they do make more money that way. They do make more money that way.
Yep, they sure do.
I don't know if there's anything else here to continue to bore Charlie.
Nope. I know
Ubisoft. Nope.
I know Charlie got that face.
All right, that was a good Ubisoft segment there. All right,
we've concluded the Ubisoft part. So I do want to say, because I mean, after everybody finishes Ghost of Tsushima or like gets a lot farther, I'd like to have like a deeper, like a more spoilery conversation about it after Charlie gets it and plays it. So buy it tomorrow, Charlie, and get it and play it. I'm
gonna get it tonight.
I'll be looking. No, I'll text I'll be like, y'all are on the PlayStation, right? What's he playing right now? All right.
You on my PlayStation.
I know, but I don't be on all the time. I don't be on as often. So I'm
going to get it and I'm going to play it.
Watch Charlie play it and he's going to be like, this is terrible. He's going to text us back in his chat. He's like, I'm going back to Overwatch.
Like I said, it looked fun though. I ain't gonna lie, it looks good. It just don't look fun enough to like make me like get excited. But it looks fun.
It's so much fun. And I'm just watching. I want to play it. I'm just like, I can't wait to do the things. This is from Memphis. Shout out to Memphis for sending us voice. You are our first person to send us a voice message. And when it came through, I was like, guys, we got a voice message. And I sent it to them. I was like excited. So thank you, Memphis, for doing that. I'm going to play it here. And remember, if you'd like to leave a voice message, check out our podcast on Anchor. You'll find the links everywhere. If you found out about this podcast, then you saw the Anchor link because we posted it. And you can leave us voice messages and we can play you on our podcast like we're about to play Memphis.
And then we can answer your question.
Yes. Okay.
I think y'all should call the audience party members, but that's just my personal opinion. Y'all might be able to come up with something better, which I'm sure you will be able to do. But take that into consideration.
Oh yeah, well this one just kind of straight to the point. I agree.
I like party
it.
Members.
I like party members.
I like it too.
I agree.
So you guys have been deemed the party members. So that's what we will call you guys. Yes. Yeah. But I like that little clap. It's like the princess clap. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, the movies may be too good. Touche.
So yes, we'll give you guys. Thank you, Memphis, for giving us that suggestion, and we love it. We all loved it. It was unanimous.
Yes.
That party members. That's what we'll call you guys, and it does make it a lot easier because there was a question. I had that question like, oh, what are we going to call our people? And thank you for giving us that answer. We love it. So we do have one other question from Memphis, and which will tailor off into a quick question, I guess we could say like a fire. What's it called? Quick fire answers from us. Okay, Charlie. Was that the bang? Was that ready. The drums?
My bad.
I thought you fell. I was looking to see if you fell. No. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this other question from Memphis.
Have y'all considered talking about retro style games? Because that could maybe give you some views, because there's some old retro style game fanatics out there.
All right.
That leads me to the question of your favorite childhood games. Because when I think of retro, I was like, there was like parts to this question, whether it's games that look like 8-bit, look like old school games, or actual games that are retro games that people can play right now. So I'm going to ask you guys, what is your favorite childhood game that either you can play now or you wish you could play now?
Who's going first?
My thing was, when he said retro, because he sounds like a kid. I don't know his age, but what's considered retro to him? Because retro to us might be something else. Like back in my day when we had no shoes.
I gotta get my hand.
Or him retro
back
maybe
in the 80s.
Like Pokemon Silver.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Pokemon Silver is retro.
But I'm saying for him that would be considered retro.
You gotta remember, they're also young. Greater Jazz are also babies. Okay.
I was already like middle school when that came out.
What year was that?
So I'm like, I don't know, but what I'm saying is for him, he sounds younger than us. So I was like, I don't know what's considered like our retro or his retro.
I think our retro would be like super his retro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Retro, okay.
Yeah, like super retro for him. I think
retro.
like playing Super Mario Brothers, or Super Mario World, I think would be super retro for him. I think that would still count.
See, but that's a cop out. You can't pick Mario.
I know. I'm not going to. Oh my gosh, I wrote that one down, but I'll take it away. Goodness, Charlie.
Well, that's Charlie. I was going to say Pokemon Silver was my favorite retro game. I was like, I just looked it up. It came out in 1999. I was 6. Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, I was like
young
11
at that time, but for him, what I'm saying, he sounds like he's younger than us. So I was like, I don't know if we go. Our retro.
Yeah, go our retro, because it'll still be retro for him if he's younger than us, because it'll still be like way
still
old.
Be retro,
yeah.
Mine is Mortal Kombat 3. That is the first game. That is the first game that I have ever touched. I was like 4, and my parents let me play it. And I was sitting there.
I love Mortal Kombat.
It. And we actually, me and Dwayne we have our arcade cabinets, and like one of them is for Mortal Kombat, and it's that they have that one on there. It has Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. And when I saw 3 on there, I was like,
when the combo system really came.
I had to show my dad. I was like, Dad, look. And then he was like, oh, there it is. And then we played each other again. So I love that game. That game introduced me to everything.
So he played with you? Your dad was playing it with you?
Yeah, like I used to play against my dad growing up, and like they did not hold back. Like I didn't get no handicaps. Like I gotta play.
Who was your character on 3? Who was your character on 3? Okay, Jay. Oh, mine was Cabal.
Got the little staff. Boom, 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 boom. And then my dad used to play Jax. He used to play Jax all the time because he was a black man, so he was like, "Oh, I gotta play him."
I mean,
you gotta represent. You gotta represent.
Definitely was Cabal. My guy Cabal.
Oh my God! Look, he had that ready. Look,
my guy Cabal.
He was ready for the day retro.
It sits right here. So when I play fighting games, it's already just there.
Oh, okay.
Charlie, do you want to ask? Is that easier to play than like a regular controller?
No, this is but once you get it down though, you will be better than someone using the regular controller. But learning this is so hard.
That seems like you got like 8 different buttons that do a whole bunch of different things.
No, it's not the same buttons for the controller. It's just they all up there. It's just like
okay.
For people who are just listening and aren't watching the video, you want to explain what that was that you pulled out?
Oh, basically it was my fight stick with Cabal on it.
Okay.
Has a little joystick and then buttons.
Yeah, and buttons. It looks kind of like the
Yeah.
arcade console. Like if you were to
Fight
take
stick.
off
It's
the
called a
part.
fight stick. Well, yeah.
For people who don't know,
If you don't know, then
if
you're a casual gamer. No.
Listen, well, I will proudly be, okay? Because I remember when he got it, I was like, what is that? He had a video, and I was like, what is that? What is that?
What is
My mind is blown. You can play games like this? I didn't know.
It's fun. You can like hit the little joystick around like in a little circle or something.
Facts. That's what you need to play Overwatch with. That's what you need to do.
Oh, no,
Probably.
I would get smashed with this.
But go ahead, put Doomfist on it. Stop it. Go ahead.
He may be on good at work. That would be hard. Like, man, I can't stop dying, bro. That would be hard.
And then he'll probably be yelling, get the F off me.
Right.
Get the F
I
off
should have saved that clip, man. It was just ridiculous.
So, Dwayne, what's your, is Pokemon Silver going to
Oh
be
yeah,
your
Pokemon
final
Silver
choice?
was
Okay.
it was so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Pokemon
Yo, it was
Silver,
amazing.
especially when you get to the end, you beat the there's the new Pokemon Lugia or Ho-Oh, and then you get to the end and they like, hold up, you can go to the Kanto region. I was like, hold on, I was like, yo, wait, what? And then at the end of that, you play what is it, Red? I was like, bro, y'all doing too much.
Silver
Y'all doing too much. We got to play everybody.
and Lugia was my favorite.
Yeah, you say Lugia was your
Bird.
favorite? Yeah, bro.
Favorite
It was
legendary
like,
bird.
yes, it was. And then the Entei, oh my god,
He likes Entei.
Suicune, yup. It made me fall in love. Then you had the little unknown puzzles. It gave that
I
game
love
was
the
super.
unknowns. Yes.
Super
unknowns,
thick.
I hated
Right.
them dang
I
old
hated
games.
playing
I loved
against them,
them.
but the puzzles was like fun.
Yup.
It was just so much to that game that they did for you, and it was just like. That's why
Hey, that
that's
game
one of my
was
top Pokemon games
amazing.
ever. Like that, they haven't outdone that Pokemon game ever. Like no Pokemon
I
game.
would agree with you. Yep, Pokemon Silver, the Silver and Gold set was amazing. Like
Yeah.
definitely probably the best one.
Yeah.
And then after that would probably be Ruby and Sapphire.
Ruby and
But
Sapphire were
Silver,
excellent.
Yeah.
Silver and
But
Gold.
Silver is
oh
the
my
top
God,
tier
was
because they gave you
amazing.
so much. You could play that. You could play that game for hours, bro. Hours because they gave you so much. They just connected it so well.
I hella agree. Hella agree.
Charlie?
All right, I got like 10 of them, but I'm just naming one.
Just choose one.
Mega Man X.
Oh,
The
yeah,
entire
Mega
Oh,
Man
series.
Dwayne likes that
That's
too.
Mega
all
Man
I
X.
play. I play that as a kid all the way up until now. Like even to this day, some days I'll turn it on. Not just run through Mega Man X.
That
Run
game
through Mega
looks
X.
so
Run through
hard.
Mega
Mega Man X4 was my favorite. Mega Man X4 was my
Oh,
favorite.
X1 was my
Oh,
favorite.
X4
You
was so
get the Hadouken.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man X2, you get the secret, the Shoryuken. Man, like X1 was my ish. Like I would speed run that game like over and over, like at least once a month.
Okay.
That game was Mega Man is dope. Mega Man is dope.
I don't think
I'll
I've
say
ever
it
played
too,
a Mega
the
Man.
old-
I haven't played.
It's
Yeah,
hard. It's hard. It's a
I've
hard
played
game.
Mega.
The X series is my favorite.
X series,
I love it.
Charlie, the little Mega Man Zero games are hard.
They
Oh
hard.
yeah, I
Hard.
played all Mega Man games I played,
Hard.
but my favorite's always been. I used to hate Legends, but it grew on me as a kid, and I love it. But X always been my top.
You probably really like Battle Network. Mega Man Battle Network.
Oh yeah, I played. I used to play that on my Game Boy. a
Yeah,
lot.
I played Battle Network was
Yep.
so dope, and it was like
Yep, I
it was good.
love that one. Yep. I play if it's Mega Man, I played it. I own it. Everything.
Yes.
So, you guys,
Christine, tell us
it's
about
not
Mario.
No, it's not Mario. It's not Mario.
Okay.
But I'm going to preface that this might sound
Candy
super
Crush.
basic compared to the games you guys mentioned. Okay, you mentioned Mortal Kombat. You said Mega Man. You said Pokemon. My favorite. This is like a forgotten favorite retro game. And when I saw this question, I was like, I gotta find the name of this game, right? So this game, I will say where it came out, and then I'll say the name because the name I might butcher because it's Japanese. It's called Ore no Riori, okay, and it's a cooking game.
Wait.
It's a cooking game that came
It's a
out.
cooking game.
Spell it.
It's ORE, then space no, then
me
space
see.
RYOURI. If you had a PlayStation, you might have played this
even
game
heard of
because it
this.
was a demo that came out on.
I do remember the Dimbo. I do know exactly what this is.
Yeah, so
Kind of like Parappa the Rapper a little bit, but I know. Yep,
it was
I
a
know what this
cooking
is.
game, but it was in Japanese, right? And so I didn't understand. Like, I got the gist, like I could play the game, but I didn't understand like what people were saying because they've got the characters and all that stuff that's popping up. But
Right.
I used to love this cooking game. Like you were making a lot of soups, chopping up the onions, chopping up the celery, chopping up all the veggies, and making soups. And these people were either very happy with what you did or very upset with what you did. It like, I don't know if it's one of the first cooking games before like Diner Dash or any of these other cooking games that came out where your people could be happy or sad. Someone can let me know, like people in the comments, if you're watching this on YouTube, or you tweet us, hashtag PartyChat or hashtag PartyChat podcast. You see how I did that? That was awesome. Let's keep going. So this game was so much fun. It was like somewhat revolutionary to me, like a cooking game. So when we got this question, I looked up, I was like, I gotta find it. Found the name, and for me, I used to love this game, and I thought there would be a lot of nostalgia in playing this game again. I found out that because this was the first version, it was the Japanese version. Then they had a second one that I think was more English that came out. But they have a grandchild. This game has a grandchild, and it's called Cook Serve Delicious, I believe is what it's called. I was like, oh, I know this game because my husband played a little bit of it like a couple years ago, and it's on the Switch. So I downloaded it, and that is the hardest cooking game that I have ever played. I was like, I was so excited. I was like, you know what? I download on the Switch. It's on sale, like for like $6 or something like that. I had some points and coins, so I only paid like $3. I was like, I'm set. I got it ready. I'm gonna breastfeed the baby, put her down to sleep, and I'm gonna lay in bed and I'm gonna play this game. And I wish
my favorite games were still on the market.
It might be somewhere.
Facts.
If I can get Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the next gen, I think that'll get rid of Overwatch for me.
We want those.
Really?
I play that game the way I play Overwatch.
Wait, hold on. Say that for the folks in the back. There's a game that could stop you playing from Overwatch.
If I can get Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the next gen, that'll get rid of Overwatch. Because the way I play Overwatch now, I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 the same way.
Really?
Capcom is a great series.
It's so fun. It is so freaking
Until
fun.
after 3. 3 was like, you're dying. After 3 was like, what the hell is going on?
I know it was one of them games where you could play as Deadpool and like you could hit them with your health bar. Which game was that? 3. Okay, that one. Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yep. That one. I was like, what? Like, that was the one thing that was crazy because
he's a fourth wall breaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for the question. Thank you. So, and remember, if you'd like to leave a question, hit us up on Anchor, and you can leave a voice message. You can also tweet us. We'll share our socials in a second. You can comment for us on Instagram. We will be posting the YouTube video. I know somebody did ask about a schedule. We're gonna work that out. Our lives are a little hectic, so trying to get these out on a certain day.
When it comes out.
Yeah. Basically, Grandpa has spoken. Okay, Grandpa has spoken.
Right.
Grandpappy Charlie said, "When it comes out, when it comes out." No,
no podcast.
We will try. Definitely check us out on Spotify, Overcast, wherever you listen to your Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You can find us there. Thank God. Rating us. Thanks. Shout out to everybody who's been rating us on Apple Podcasts. Last time I checked, we
appreciate it.
Yes, I went on. I was like, wow, there's so many reviews, so many rates. Definitely leave a review, rate us, let us know what you think of the podcast. If you're on YouTube, comment below. Be aware that the YouTube podcast, I will purposely post a week after the audio podcast to give our audio listeners a fighting chance. They're the priority, and then we'll post this a week later. So if you're listening, the video will come out a week later than the audio version. So just let you know. But before we close out, I'm gonna have everybody let you know where you can find them and follow them and support them, because everybody's awesome here, and this is super freaking awesome that we're doing this. I'm just gonna gush because I'm fans of us. But yes,
except when we talk about like Ubisoft, that's not Ubisoft.
Oh my god! I'll mess with you, Ubisoft.
I'm not. Unless you give me Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Well, if Ubisoft looking for some people to sponsor,
hey, we right here. We is right here. We is right here. Okay.
Leave Charlie out. He don't want to play.
Charlie got to be a part of it. Grandpa Charlie can sit down.
We go the three of us because it's a lot of Captain Crunch up in here. You're all Captain.
I watched all these. I'm already out.
We just talked about. I want to play
Stop.
Far Cry. You can. Hey,
I want to play 2 of the games. No, 3 of the games that they talked about.
Right,
That's
Ubisoft.
it.
You can have some
Tell me about it, Cap.
female
in America.
creators.
Tell me
Female
about
creators.
it.
You know what, Grandpa? Go get
Let me
your
know.
cane, Grandpa. Go get your cane. Okay.
Let
Go get your
me
cane.
know, please.
All right. Anyways, just to end it, close it out. Go ahead, Dwayne. Let people know where they could find you.
YouTube and Twitter at Dwayne King and Instagram _Dwayne King.
And Charlie. Oh, also before we say Charlie, y'all show Charlie love. Okay. People be
No, I don't want no sympathy, love. No.
not sympathy love. Not sympathy.
You can find me.
Priority. Grandpa Charlie is here. Y'all need to show Charlie some love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show
No,
him
you
some love.
put some respect on his name. All right. Put some respect
You can
on his
find
name.
me.
Shannon paused and she said,
You
hold
can
on.
find me on YouTube, Twitter, IG as X Hey Charlie X. I don't want to talk about movie games, so don't come over to talk about movie games. Yeah.
He said what he said. Okay.
I said what I said.
All right, Jazzy.
All right, on YouTube is Jazzy Guns. On Twitter and Instagram _Jazzy Guns. Because somebody took my name, so that's why I had to have underscore.
Also,
So-
wasn't there something else? Valorant. You were like
Valorant took her name on
Yeah,
Valorant too.
Okay, yeah. So whoever's watching this podcast, and I'm looking right in the camera. If you got my name as Jazzy Guns as you're fake, okay? You're fake. So I had to change my name to The Real Jazzy Guns. I didn't even know there was an account on there until
That was
somebody
taken
had
too.
my name. It said Jazzy Guns cannot be used because it's not unique. That means somebody got my name. So now I gotta be The Real Jazzy Guns. Long ass name. Sorry. God.
It really struck a chord
Yeah, we
with
wanted to
her.
play Valorant too.
Jesus. Give me my name back. Sheesh.
Give my name back. Give her name, people. Okay, give
Give
her
my name.
her name. And you can find me, iChristine, on YouTube, iChristine Games. Also on Instagram and Twitter, iChristine, and it's AYCHRISTENE because my mama made me different. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting the podcast. Would you say, Charlie? What was that?
I said okay.
Okay, Grandpa Charlie.
Okay. You gotta stop calling me that.
But yeah, so you could definitely check us out. Thank you guys for the support, and we out. You have now left Party Chat.